you have a following on Instagram and on TikTok.
I do.
Did that all start from that video that went viral of your ex getting drafted and people were like, who is the girl in the red dress?
So definitely I like had a following before and like had brand deals, but it definitely escalated and introduced a new audience of like a lot of men, which not really my interest in my peak, but I didn't say it, you did, but no, I'm kidding. Grateful for
I love that, you guys. Come on.
Disclaimer, thank you for all my
disclaimer, thank you guys, and I love you. No, but I definitely had like a bunch of brand deals. Like I would work with like Elf, I worked with like Princess Polly, that type of stuff. Like definitely smaller. It definitely elevated and like turned social media into my full-time job because I was a student, so I wasn't taking it too seriously. But then after that, I remember I had a bunch of like management companies reach out to me and being like, hey, you already have your following, you have more attention now, like this could be a career. And then like I was going to go to nursing school.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, well, nursing school is not going anywhere. Let me see where this takes me.
Yeah.
And like now it's my full-time job and I'm so grateful for it. Grateful for my followers. Thanks, guys. But like that definitely did help for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that you dated an athlete.
Correct.
Have you dated any other athletes in the past? What does your like past relationships look like?
So my ex was my first and only boyfriend I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a high school boyfriend. It takes a lot for me to want to date somebody.
Yeah.
Like I either see you as like long term, like I don't do really hookups. That's not my thing. I'm not interested in it. I'm definitely a lover girl.
Oh.
Which is scary because I'm like, once I start liking someone, I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's like,
oh my God, I love that.
Yeah. So that was my
Did you think he was like endgame?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get married. Like that was like the plan. And then just had some like eye-opening experiences, like on my end, I'd say. And I was like, you know what? I need to take time for myself. Like we started dating when I was 18.
Right. Yeah. Did you guys meet from home, by the way?
No. So we met at Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know, I really like, I had a lot of internal battles that like, I wanted to know more about myself and like who I am independently. And I experienced other relationships that they were kind of like regretful that they dated one person and they never got to experience like themselves and learn about themselves alone. And like ended in divorce, and like that's probably one of my biggest fears, like that. So I was like, you know what, like when I broke up with him, like I loved him still and was like totally in love with him, and it was like one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make.
Right.
But I was like, I'll be grateful down the line, and like I have to do this for myself,
right? Because
I don't want to be 50 and looking back and being like, I never got like that chance.
I mean, that's like so mature of you to do, because I feel like a lot of people would stay in a relationship that like they're happy in and like they, you know, want it to be end game, but like for you to take a step back and realize like I have some internal work to do and like I want to not experience other things, but just be.
And like be comfortable alone. I think that's so important. And like I'm finally at a place in my life, like it took a while, but I'm so comfortable alone. Yeah. And I like who I am, and I think I'm such a better person for it. And like when we broke up, I personally had like full intention. It was like, hopefully I learned about myself and I'm confident like we'll make our way back to each other, make our way back to each other. And like that didn't happen, and that's fine. And like I'm okay with that. Like you have to like roll the dice, and how it goes, how it plays out. And you know, like you just have to trust life and trust the universe that it's gonna take you to where you need to be, and that's that. And I'm like so happy where I am now, so like no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. I feel like a lot of girls like will just date and then get married, and then you never know like what could happen if you've been dating somebody since you were 18.
Yeah,
like,
and
I agree with that.
There's no shame in that either. Like
no shame.
Yeah, if you feel like comfortable with that, it was just something personally
you wanted to set free for a sec.
And just I don't know, I just think being alone is so important.
That is very important. And like I will straight up say I hate being alone. Like like if I sit in my own thoughts for too long, like I will literally go insane. So like I'm always like trying to do something, be with someone. I feel like you might be a little similar, but like I literally I can't stand to be alone.
Yeah.
I've been single for maybe almost 5 years, but like I always need to be with people. So like that was something that back when I was going to therapy, I kind of stopped going, ghosted my therapist. But back when I was going, like I was working on trying to be alone, and it's something that I try to continue to work on, but it's scary. Like being alone is terrifying.
Yeah, it was that like the past year was like easily the hardest year of my life. Like I had so many like ups and downs and difficulties, but like I grew from it and I'm so much better for it. I've learned so many lessons, and like being like I'm still like I think I'm comfortable being alone, but for like the past year, without my roommates, my best friends, like oh my God, I don't even know what I would have done. Like they heard me say the same thing over and over and over again, and just like I'm surprised they weren't like shut up already. Actually, they probably were, but like. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta like get it out of your system. And
that's fair. So do you think you learned like relationship wise from this breakup what you want in your future husband? Like what have you learned from your past relationship and through that breakup?
For sure. And that's like one of my biggest takeaways, and I think one of the important part of breaking up. Like there's a lot of qualities like in my ex that I think are so amazing, and there's a lot of qualities, not like qualities I would say, there's just things like maybe I'd want. Like he was a great guy. He was a great boyfriend. But like there's little things that like, and I don't want to say this being like, sorry, reflecting on him being like, he didn't do this. I'm just saying like things like I want in like my partner, and like he had a lot of these, but like I need someone who can make me laugh all the time. Like I want to like be picked up and
like goofy.
Yeah, goofy. Like I need it to be lighthearted and like not so serious all the time. And that's like something like I learned. Just because I feel like when I was a very serious person. Yeah. And I feel like I lost a lot of myself, and that's like my own fault for not recognizing that and not like giving time back to myself to focus on myself. And like when I'm in a relationship, I feel like I give 100% to someone else, and I didn't focus on me and like give myself any like nurturing or care. And I feel like with that breakup, I was able to give myself time back and kind of like work on me and get back to who I was and like who I love that I am. So like I
love that.
Yeah.
Same. I love it.